Hey guys, Dave and Len here. This is Wargame Chat, and this time we're going to talk about movie cliches we are tired of seeing, and these are movie cliches that are in war-based movies. What's your first one, Len?
Okay, the new guy comes in, he totally disobeys orders, and ends up winning the battle. And there are two exceptions to this. Now, the problem is I have with this is usually when the new guy gets in, and in this first firefight, he hardly knows what he's doing. If he remembers to actually fire in the general direction of the enemy, he's doing good. The two exceptions I have is, first of all, Red Badge of Courage. This movie is supposed to be about the confusion of war, and the main character runs with his regiment, gets lost in the woods, and then happens to come out in the middle of a battle where the other regiment's flag is about to fall, picks it up, and becomes the hero of the battle. No one notices he's not in that regiment, but you know, it's the idea. The other one was a Steve McQueen movie where he does this at the beginning, but then at the end of it, someone recognizes him, and he's a sergeant who's been busted down to private, and he's a combat veteran. So, of course, this leads to the next plot is the platoon leader hates his guts because he's a better leader than he is, but that's another story.
My first movie cliche would be the lieutenant who's real hard on the troops, and he's actually straight out of OCS and knows nothing, and he's going to get everyone killed unless they get rid of this guy somehow, and then somehow they get rid of him, and then the sergeant takes over, and they basically win the battle.
Well, that could possibly happen at times. You ever seen the movie Attack?
Attack? No, I haven't. Is that one of the old ones?
Yeah, Eddie Albert plays a cowardly captain who only got his job because Lee Marvin knows his father. And the Germans attack in the Ardennes. And, the other officers are slowly getting angry at him before the attack. Well, the attack comes, and they're going, okay, we'll hold this town, no problem. Eddie Albert wants to surrender. So I think it was Judd Clampett goes in and shoots him. And the other guy take turns shooting him too. And they decide not to surrender. And it should be noted, Eddie Albert was at the Battle of Tarawa. And he actually, Navy gave him a Bronze Star or something for it. So,
when I have the next one is, I've seen this in several movies actually. You got one sergeant who's just a complete a-hole and treats the troops horribly, and after a while the staff sergeant working underneath them can't take it anymore, so he basically punches out the sergeant first class, and after that the sergeant first class starts treating the troops better, and the unit starts performing better as a result.
I could have sworn there was Army regulation against punching and attacking a superior officer.
Yeah, or an NCO, yeah, there is, actually.
Of course, in our new woke Army, that's probably not there anymore.
All right, those are the two I got. What do you got?
Well, I was thinking Captain Sobol in Band of Brothers, how he was really mean to everybody. But the thing was is that it was proven he didn't have the basic combat skills. He could motivate guys, he could train them, but when it come to leading them in combat, for instance, he couldn't read maps, which was a basic in any military organization. So, the next one is the biggest screw-up around gets the most important mission. The greatest violator of this is Lawrence of Arabia, where Lawrence is sitting around bored, drawing maps, and he's complaining to another officer how guy gets something to do, and he's called into the office, and the guy says, we got this assignment to start a war against the Turks, and we got no one else here around. Now everybody else is doing something, and in real life, Lawrence is the perfect pick for the job. He's been in the area, speaks fluent Arabic, knows some of the people. He's been on other successful espionage missions, and even the part where at the end he travels through the Sinai Peninsula to deliver the news. Well, he's been there, so he was able to travel at a record pace. But, maybe that's how they do things in Hollywood, where, they get the biggest screw up that's closest to the door to do what's important. But not in the real world.
All right, the next one you have, actually I'm going off his list now. Pulling grenade pins out with your teeth. I don't know about World War II grenades, but modern grenades, in addition to a pin on it, it's got a safety clip. And you have to first thumb the safety clip off and then pull the pin. I don't remember, I've only thrown 2 grenades in my life just in basic training, but I don't remember how hard it is to pull out the pin, but it doesn't seem like something you'd want to do with your teeth, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, actually, I haven't seen it for a while, but I've seen it in a few World Wars II. For some reason, they hold the rifle and then, in action, real life, supposed to put the rifle down, pull it, and then throw it. That takes an extra turn in sniper to prepare the grenade. Okay, the next is plan. What plan? This mostly in some of the adventure films where it's like, we gotta get in to rescue somebody or get something. Well, how do you plan to get in? I don't know, let's improvise. And the other variant is after they get to their objective, okay, how are we getting out? Well, we'll have to figure out something. What were the chances of us getting this far? No. In real life, they try to plan any kind of attack with get as much information as they can and plan it as well as they can, because when things go wrong, the more you know, the better you can succeed or at least survive.
All right, next one that's on the list is the guy who doesn't want to kill. This is one of the ones that's been the most abused, I'd say, or overused would probably be the word I'm looking for. There's I wouldn't say a ton, there's several World War II movies where you have the guy, he just doesn't want to kill, and then they finally get him to start acting like a soldier and do his job. And then there was a movie recently, well, I didn't say recently, within the last 10 years, I can't remember what it was called. I think it was a World War II movie about that guy who refused to kill, but he ended up getting a Congressional Medal of Honor for...
That's Razor Ridge?
Yeah, Razor Ridge, yeah, for rescuing all those wounded soldiers. So...
I was about to say, that's the kind of movie where you have to discuss the morality of killing in combat. Same with the movie about Sergeant York. But it's like the guy who suddenly decides he doesn't want to kill anymore. And, also you can understand if you're having a experienced veteran, at one point he's exhausted and says, I just don't want to fight anymore. Then, if it's played out right, it actually can be poignant. But sometimes it's just like, I just don't want to kill. I woke up this morning, didn't feel well, so... I think an example is the guy who volunteers to be Rangers, Green Beret, passes, the training and everything and decides he doesn't want to kill. Well, you should have thought about that earlier.
Yeah, really.
Before you went through all the hard work. So, and of course, at that point, there's commanders are going, you trained all this way, and now you decided it is wrong to kill? Get out of here.
Yeah. All right, next one on the list is Airplanes Always Ready. Yeah, you got a good point there on that one. When you need what would be the word? If you need a quick airstrike or something, the planes may not be ready. I mean, planes have to undergo maintenance. When they land, they got to be refueled and rearmed and stuff. So it seems like in war movies, every time you need an airplane, it's always ready. There's never a delay.
Yeah, and also another one is, I was thinking of one adventure film. Bad guy gets in an airplane and he flies up. He's got a miniature nuke or something. Okay, you can understand that. He went through the checklist, his mechanics. Good guy jumps in the plane next to him and starts going after him. And the thing is, okay, how do you know this thing has gas in it? How do you know it's ready? How do you know it's got ammunition in it? And just another one. He was flying past it, he gets in close, says, I don't know if I can kill him. He's got a mini nuke, he's going to, the question you should have is, can I hit him? Do I know what I'm doing right now? Oh, and also the guy who was flying after him never flew an airplane in his life. So, yeah. Of course, this is so realistic. I think it's one of the Marvel movies or Marvel Universe one stuff.
Oh, I really like this one you got on the list here. This is the last one. Walking Off of Mines. Go ahead and describe it, Len.
Actually, I've seen it in so many couple movies. You step on the mine, don't move. You know, you step off, it's gonna blow off. So they get something to put on it, and they time it so close and everything. All mines, the minute you step on it, they go kaboom.
Yeah.
I thought the only one was I had to look up the Bouncing Betties.
Yeah, Bouncing Betty shoots like 3-4 feet in the air and explodes.
But the thing is, what is you got the trigger like a couple feet in front of it. So when you step on it, it bounces off there.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to bounce off in front of you.
Yeah, the original one of those bouncing mines the Germans had in, I think, World War II or something. Actually, I think that's the one they nicknamed the Bouncing Betty.
Yeah.
But yeah, they still have those in the modern militaries too, even though landmines aren't used much anymore.
Oh, nice. Another one is Outrunning Explosions. There's always like a wall of fire, and then you're running until you get a certain point where maybe you could go prone and the fire goes above you.
Oh, you mean like the napalm bomb dropped by the Hind helicopter and what was it? First Blood Part 2 or whatever it was,
one of the
and then he
Rambo
Rambo jumps off the cliff to avoid being incinerated by the napalm bomb.
Yeah, it's like I don't know who started this, but I've seen it in too many movies. So, all
right, guys, that's all we got. We'll have a new episode for you in a few weeks. Have a good evening.
right.